Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we are going to be diving into the mystery of the Legendary Channel Catfish, as well as what really happened to Jeremy Gill. So if you've done any legendary fishing in Red Dead Redemption 2, you probably know who Jeremy Gill is. In case you don't, he has a small cabin on the edge of the Flatiron Lake. You've probably also seen a lot of his newspaper articles in the in-game editions that you can read. And we're actually going to dive into another mystery regarding Jeremy Gill in this video. But first, I want to introduce to you who he actually is. So if you've never seen Jeremy Gill before, or you've never been introduced, he starts in a mission called a Fisher of Fish, where you'll actually find him on the edge of his dock, and this will allow you to engage in catching all the legendary fish in the game.
Hey.
God. Hello, chum.
Chum.
Do you want an autograph or a photograph?
I'm sorry?
People often get nervous, but there's really no need to. I'm just a normal guy who, well, happens to be very famous.
Who are you?
Jeremy Gill,
Who?
the famous fisherman. I've written a lot of books. I'm in the newspaper all the time. Here's one from the New Hanover Gazette from a few years back. And this is a book I wrote. Huh? I wrote it.
Good for you.
You really don't know who I am? Oh, well. Nice to meet you.
You too.
Yeah.
John.
Sure you don't want a photo?
Not right now.
You know, mothers, they often offer me their daughters.
Just for a photograph?
No, to marry. But I say no. I'm married to the fish.
So you're famous for fishing.
Very.
And that pays well?
Pretty well. What I mostly do is send fans stuffed fish.
Stuffed fish.
Yeah. Here, let me show you. Come with me.
You're selling these?
Yes. How many do you want? If you get 3, we could do a photograph. Together. Like actual friends.
Nah, I'm fine. It's sort of ridiculous.
Listen, chum. People love it. And I could sell even more fish if I had them. It helps them to know that out there's some man fighting with Neptune on a daily basis and winning.
Okay.
But I can't catch enough of them. And there's really good money in this.
I fish a little.
You do? Well, in that case, send them to me. Of course, not if they're too rotten. Do you like that bass? I'd sell this for $50. I'd give you 15.
Send your fish.
Ooh, my card and a map.
Maybe I shall.
Only the decent ones. They have to be at least 24 inches in length and 10 pounds in weight. No one wants to imagine Jeremy Gill catching a tiddler. There's no money in tiddlers.
So I hear.
Okay, so that right there is Jeremy Gill. He's kind of an interesting character, let's just say that. And he sends you on a quest to find 13 legendary fish, and he wants you to essentially give them to him. And once you actually find all 13 legendary fish and you mail them to him, he will give you an invitation to return to his little homestead. He says, "Hello, chum, you've bitten the worm, haven't you? What a glorious feeling must be coursing through your veins after having battled those beasts. And just think, right now, you're no doubt radiating, but consider that what you feel, it's only 1/10% of the self-actualization and enlightenment I've achieved through a lifetime of angling. You've sent some fine specimens for sure. You must come see me. I have fantastic tales of my time in Italy, which I did not include in my book. I'll be at my fishing cabin on the shore between Flatneck Station and Clemens Points. Call by soon. I'll autograph below. This letter will surely be worth a sum someday. Your friend and fish, Jeremy Gill." So Jeremy Gill wants you to return to his cabin, where he will have another cutscene where he talks to you about one final fish he wants to catch.
A fan. Good timing. Do you have a camera?
Sure. What are you talking about?
Liars. Damn liars. Well, they're the liars. Hey, are you the guy that took the photos?
I don't think so.
Oh, must have been that fella from Quebec. Did you say you had a camera?
Yeah?
Good. You'll do then.
What do you need?
I found a giant catfish. Up near Frontera Bridge, over in Rio Bravo.
Isn't that out in the desert?
Yes, and I'm going to catch it. And you are going to photograph me catching it. And then these bastards who call me a fake will discover who really catches these fish.
You do, right?
Well, some of them. Listen, I know how to catch fish. Come on.
I don't want to go out to Rio Bravo.
It'll be an adventure. Come on.
I've got quite enough adventures.
I'll give you something you really love.
Okay, then.
Okay, so Jeremy Gill says that he has found a massive catfish out in the desert, which, number one, is weird. You don't typically find catfish out in the desert if you know anything about fishing. And number two, this one seems particularly interesting because he wants John to actually photograph him catching it. So long story short, you guys ride off into the desert, into the Rio Bravo, and you eventually make your way to this fishing spot where Jeremy Gill says that he is going to catch this magnificent fish. And this is what happens.
This is the place.
Okay. What's the plan?
Oh, no, catfish are easy. Just a couple of rashers of bacon and that boy will be fine. Listen, I want you to get a picture of me actually landing the thing.
I'll try.
No, you do your best. Okay, chum? Set up over there.
Yes, boss.
So we've got the camera set up as John, and we're basically just watching Jeremy Gill. Now, some time elapses, but eventually something happens. Jeremy Gill actually hooks at least some big fish, we don't know what it is, on his line. And this is what occurs.
Oh, we got something. Oh, we got something!
Is it that catfish?
It's something big!
Good. Hurry up.
Oh, no, don't you rush me, chum. This is me and the gods wrestling for immortality. Oh, my God! It's a monster! Oh, God, he's gone again.
Damn.
No, I still got him on the line. You get ready. Oh, he's gonna come back again. I'm gonna pull him in just a little bit. I'm gonna tire him out. Get the camera ready.
I'm ready.
Oh, come on, boy. Come on, boy. Oh, come on. He's huge. Come on. Here, get this. Get this. Here he comes. Here he comes. Here comes him.
Whoa. My God.
Okay, so as you guys saw there, Jeremy Gill got pulled into the water by what we can only assume is that giant catfish. We don't actually see the creature, but if it was able to pull in Jeremy Gill, who we can assume is a, full-size grown man, probably around, 180, 200 pounds. That's just a guess, but I would assume he's that big. And it just got pulled in like it was nothing. Now, once that happens, you can grab two things. You can pick up the special spinner, which is the best fishing lure in the game, and you can also get his fisherman's hat, which does look pretty cool. It has like a bunch of bright feathers and lures on there, which is kind of cool. So now I'm sure you guys are wondering, well, is it possible to catch this giant catfish, the one that pulled Jeremy Gill into the river? And apparently, this is a fish that no one has caught in Red Dead Redemption 2. I've even seen reports of some players fishing for 4 straight hours, throwing their fishing rod into the water over 300 times, even using the special spinner that Jeremy Gill was using, but they were unable to have any luck or any success. And what's also interesting is it's not like this fish is a myth. It can actually be found on the in-game strategy guide. So I have the collector's edition of the in-game strategy guide, but on page 163 under the fishing section, it says the channel catfish has a legendary weight of 180 pounds. By far the biggest legendary fish in the game. That's the one that pulled in Jeremy Gill. Now the biggest other fish is only 54 pounds. And that actually belongs to the sockeye salmon. So that right there is a huge difference. 54 pounds might be someone the size of like a toddler or a small child. 180 pounds is a full-size grown man, and that is the size of the fish right there. So Rockstar lists its size on the in-game strategy guide, but so far this fish has not been seen. I haven't seen anyone capture video proof of it actually being caught, and I don't know if anyone has gone on the record saying that it actually exists. So I've got a couple of reasons as to why this legendary fish might never have been seen. Number one, it might have just been used for this specific mission to prove that Jeremy Gill is a fraud, and really at the end of the day, he was never catching any of these fish, and the one time he does try and catch one, it actually eats him. So it might have just been used to sort of complete the story of Jeremy Gill. Or number two, if we look into the name a little bit more literally, it's a catfish after all. What if Rockstar is catfishing us with this legendary fish? That would be kind of interesting, let's just say that. Now, the only other theory I have regarding this legendary catfish is that there's some sort of special sequence that you have to do in order to activate being able to catch it. And maybe it requires, visiting the location on a certain day with a certain weather pattern, wearing a certain outfit. Who knows all the different variables that could be in play here. And that's something I don't know if we will ever figure out. But this is certainly something we've seen Rockstar do in other games like Grand Theft Auto 5, where certain mysteries had to be solved using very unique circumstances. So once again, who knows if this will ever be solved, but I think it sheds a light on this mysterious fish. Now, what about Jeremy Gill? Well, we know at the end of this, he was eaten by the catfish, but his story is also kind of interesting. I told you guys in the beginning of this video, we'd be checking out something crazy inside of his cabin. It's actually a photo of a woman. Now, that's not unique in and of itself, and you can see that there are two instances of this. One is actually located in like the main room of his house, but what does make this unique is it's the only photograph in this entire place. It's this lady, and I guess this sort of like red dress, and you can see her hair is sort of pinned up. And he also has that same photo of her, or at least a different photo, but the same girl in his bedroom, right above his bed. Well, what's kind of interesting is this photo can also be found at another location, in a cabin near Emerald Ranch. This same photo can be seen right above this fireplace. Now, I don't know who lives here. I think it's like a farmer or a rancher or someone who collects herbs or plants. But I think that Jeremy Gill might have been involved in some sort of like hidden romance triangle with this lady. Because why would you have like a photo of her over the fireplace like that? Like, it's so prominent. It's the only photo in this house. And it's also the only photo in Jeremy Gill's house too. So I'm really not too sure how this is connected in any way to him getting pulled into the river by this legendary channel catfish, but it is an interesting thing to note about Jeremy Gill, that he might not be the person he says he is on the surface. But anyways, I certainly think this is an interesting mystery, and I really am going to be curious to see, especially when this game comes out on PC, if someone can figure out all the requirements to potentially catch this legendary catfish. Otherwise, why would Rockstar have the weight listed in the strategy guide? Otherwise, they would have just excluded it. It just seems weird to me. I'm not too sure. Let me know your thoughts, opinions, and more, though, in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you like daily Red Dead Redemption 2 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.